We've finally seen some tolerable temperatures to get outside this week, but you may have suffered from some allergies while heading back out recently.
ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist Nate Splater is taking a look at how allergens are changing for the end of summer in tonight's Insider.
We've been talking a lot about the heat and summer-like conditions in recent weeks, but something that may have gotten a bit lost in the weeds here is our pollen and allergen forecasts. As we are seeing some changes on the way in the coming months, there are some tips you can keep in mind to stay prepared.
Allergens are at very high levels in mid-Missouri as we approach late summer, with weeds especially becoming noticeable recently. But these forecasts can be fairly difficult to come by locally as allergen data is very limited across the country. I spoke with Wayne Wilhelm at the St. Louis County Department of Public Health on how his office gets current conditions for the area.
This is pretty specific type of monitoring that goes on. If Tulsa or Kansas City are reporting certain amounts of or certain types of pollen, we can kind of expect to see the same thing within a day or so afterwards.
These readings are locally applied to St. Louis and surrounding areas, but general seasonal trends can be applicable to the entire region. Right now, we are beginning to see the transition from trees and grasses to weeds.
We are just now beginning the annual weed season. St. Louis almost always peaks for hay fever around Labor Day.
Pollen count from weeds is already at mild to moderate levels from recent dry conditions, and this could easily worsen. There are some tips you can keep in mind to stay prepared for the shifting allergens.
If you have to get out, try to limit it, to the early morning hours. The heat of the day is probably the worst time. Use your air conditioner. Don't leave your windows open.
Allergen changes are on the way for this newer season, so it's important to keep those tips in mind to stay prepared, as weeds and mold could become more of a problem here in the coming months. Reporting for the ABC 17 Storm Track Insider, I'm meteorologist Nate Splater.